Have you ever stood on the edge of a cliff and felt it? That strange, fleeting urge to jump? Not out of despair, not out of sadness, but something deeper, something more mysterious. Why is this even crossing my mind? I don't want to jump. I'm content with my life. Yet there's this tiny nagging thought. What if I just took a single step without hesitation, without a plan? How would people make sense of it? Would they assume I was broken, battling depression, or plagued by mental illness? Would they label me as selfish, someone who didn't consider the family, the friends, the future I'd leave behind? In that moment, all rational thought feels eclipsed by this inexplicable, fleeting pull, a quiet void whispering to forget everything else. What Blob just experienced has a name: the call of the void. It's a fleeting thought, an intrusive whisper that brushes against the mind when faced with certain situations. It's more common than you might think. Like many of us, Blob turned to the internet for clarity. Was it normal? Were they alone in feeling this? But here's the thing. Intrusive thoughts don't reflect your true intentions. They're like brain static, a misfire in the complex wiring of your mind. They can appear during moments of heightened awareness, like when standing on a cliff. This odd thought may seem alarming, but it's a sign of your brain acknowledging the gravity of the situation. Some experts think it might be tied to our survival instincts. When you're standing on a ledge, your brain registers the danger and activates your fight-or-flight response. Some individuals have turned these feelings into pursuits like base jumping, skydiving, or free climbing. They describe the thrill as embracing the danger they momentarily felt. There's also been cases of people who fell from dangerous heights, and investigations revealed that intrusive thoughts or lapses in judgment may have played a role. Ironically, the thought of jumping may be your brain's way of reinforcing the idea. Hey, don't do that. Stay safe. It's a bizarre way of making you more cautious. This reaction, though unsettling, can be seen as a protective mechanism, a way to keep you rooted and away from danger. But the call of the void isn't just a topic for psychologists. Philosophers have wrestled with this concept for centuries. Existentialists, in particular, saw it as a reminder of human freedom. Sartre is perhaps the philosopher most closely linked to ideas akin to the call of the void. In his existentialist framework, standing at the edge of a cliff epitomizes the terrifying freedom of choice humans possess. According to Sartre, when confronted with ultimate freedom, such as the option to jump or step back, we feel a profound responsibility for our actions. This freedom can be overwhelming, leading to what he described as nausea, or the realization of our boundless ability to choose, even in moments of life and death. Albert Camus' philosophy of the absurd also resonates with the call of the void. In The Myth of Sisyphus, Camus asks whether life is worth living in the face of an indifferent universe. The leap into the void, metaphorically or literally, symbolizes an ultimate escape from the absurd. However, Camus advocates for defiance and persistence, urging people to confront the absurd and embrace life's lack of inherent meaning with resilience. In Thus Spoke Zarathustra, he writes, "If you gaze long enough into an abyss, the abyss will gaze back into you." This is often interpreted as a metaphor for existential confrontation, staring into the void of meaninglessness and grappling with the temptation of self-destruction. Nietzsche's Overman is the individual who overcomes these temptations, transcending the void to create their own values and purpose. Heidegger examined how the awareness of death shapes human existence. In Being and Time, he describes being toward death as an existential state where individuals confront the inevitability of death, leading to profound self-awareness and authenticity. The call of the void might be seen as a moment when individuals are briefly reminded of their finitude and potential to act. Kierkegaard's concept of the dizziness of freedom parallels the call of the void. He described standing on a high ledge and experiencing both fear of falling and a strange urge to leap as a manifestation of existential anxiety. For Kierkegaard, This anxiety arises from recognizing the vast range of possibilities in human freedom, including the most self-destructive choices. Standing on the edge of a cliff, you are confronted with ultimate freedom. You could step forward or you could step back. The choice is yours, and that's terrifying. It's a glimpse into the vast potential of being human. For Sartre and other philosophers, this fleeting moment highlights the profound responsibility of our choices. It's not just about survival. It's about understanding the delicate balance between risk and self-preservation. What Blob learned that day is that the call of the void is a shared experience. Studies suggest that many people have felt it at some point in their lives. It doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. In fact, it's a testament to the complexity of the human mind. These moments of shared vulnerability connect us. They remind us that the mind's quirks are part of being human. It's not something to fear, it's something to understand. For those who find these thoughts troubling, there are ways to cope. Mindfulness, grounding techniques, and talking openly about your feelings can help. Remember, thoughts are just thoughts. They don't define you, and they don't control you. Acknowledge them, but don't give them power. Acknowledging the call of the void without judgment allows you to take back control. Instead of fear, you can approach these moments with curiosity and self-compassion. The call of the void is a reminder of how extraordinary our minds are. It's a strange, fleeting whisper that nudges us to reflect on life, choice, and the power of our own thoughts. It's okay to feel it. It's okay to wonder. And it's okay to step back and just enjoy the view. If you found this video insightful, consider liking, subscribing, and sharing it with someone who might need it. Let's keep exploring the mysteries of the mind together.